Sorry, I'm tired. So on my second channel, I did some videos about my Baby Yodas. Baby Yoda I got some Hot Wheels, did a video on that. I did a video on all that stuff on my second channel. Check that out, Chance Run Vlogs. On my main channel, recently I reviewed Batman Animated Series and Mask of Phantasm. I'm going to be reviewing the final installment in that series, which is sorry, I'm going blank. Subzero, Mr. Freeze, Batman and Subzero, Mr. Freeze. Also, I did also have a Funko Shop order that I unboxed of 2 10-inch pops. So check that out if you're interested. But here we go. Let's review Batman and Mr. Freeze Subzero. So let's kind of talk about Batman Animated Series and its legacy with Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze's first episode, what is it called? I can't remember. I'll know it when I see it in this episode guide here. Heart of Ice. And this is one of the first interpretations where his wife was frozen and dead. This was not a comic thing. This was like an original kind of idea that was put into the show. And it became so popular and so good that when they meant to go make Batman and Robin, the Joel Schumacher film, all the stuff with Mr. Freeze, not the corniness, just like the fact that his wife was frozen, his goals within the movie, was influenced by Batman the Animated Series. The children's cartoon influenced a big Hollywood movie. And that's how good this character was. And this movie kind of takes the whole point of his character and it does more with that. But Heart of Ice is still the best Mr. Freeze anything I think there is, because quite frankly that character in that episode has a great morality tale. You know, Batman, so he goes to commit a crime and one of his goons screws up and he accidentally gets frozen and he says, well, you should have been more careful, and he just leaves him there to die, essentially. Batman helps this guy. It's kind of the morality tale of Mr. Freeze and Batman. They're different ways of going about stuff, and it's very fascinating. It's very unique kind of storytelling, and it's not something I've ever seen in any other cartoon for children ever. I don't think I've seen this in many adult TV shows either. So, yeah, it's a very fascinating thing, but so this is why I'm holding up the set, because it's in the back here. These are Warner Archive Blu-ray releases, so there's really no difference between those releases and the ones here. They're not better releases at all. For the most part, they're just about the same. But Batman and Subzero, Mr. Freeze. So Batman Mask of the Phantasm came out in 1993. Bombed. Nobody really knows the exact reason for it. My guess is just like, it's just a lot of movies based on shows, TV shows, for children don't do well. And it's just because, like, you could just watch that, why pay $10 to go see a movie that you can watch the show at home, right? That's kind of the joke Homer Simpson made at the first at the beginning of the Simpsons movie, right? Because as simple as that, and usually the movies are less good than the actual TV show, so you're watching a less good version of the thing you can just watch at home, right? What's the point of that? And I think that's just why it bombed. But actually, Batman Mask of the Phantasm is one of the best things that ever come out of the series, and it is probably the best Batman movie ever made. But since that movie bombed, we unfortunately got Subzero Mr. Freeze as a direct-to-video movie, which I say unfortunately, it's unfortunate that not many people have seen Mask of the Phantasm, but it's not unfortunate that this movie ended up being direct-to-video. Because really, Mask of the Phantasm should have been direct-to-video. There isn't much of that upgrade, but the animation is still an upgrade from the show. In this story, Mr. Freeze's wife is dying, and he's finally doing something about it and taking the charge. He gets one of his old colleagues to help him, and he discovers that she needs an organ transplant, and apparently they need Batgirl's blood to do it. Maybe this was explained clearer, or I just don't remember, but I don't think it was. I don't think it was explained very clearly what the problem, like why do they need Batgirl's blood. It was kind of a strange thing there. And yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. I like Batman Animated Series. I think it's a great show, and you should watch it. But this is just like one of the meh episodes. It's like, yeah, it's good for what it is, but it's like, it's not one of the better episodes of the show. Which is weird, because it's coming from the show's best character and most influential character, besides Harley Quinn and the Joker and Batman, of course. But, you know, that stuff is pretty interesting here. I like the show a lot, and you know, when I go back to watch the show, I'll watch some of the best episodes, and then I'll probably watch Mask of the Phantasm, but I probably won't go back to this. I think it's very short. Like, Mask of the Phantasm felt like an upscale from the show. It felt bigger than the show, but this movie does not feel bigger than the show. It actually feels smaller in scale. Or not smaller. I mean, smaller in scale compared to Mask of the Phantasm. And, yeah, it feels like that. And, yeah, I just don't think it works as well. I think it's a decent movie for what it is, but I just, kind of the pacing and how quick things move, it almost makes me kind of forget about it, right? Because there's been episodes of this show that are paced better than this movie, and this is an hour and 10-minute movie. Mask of the Phantasm is an hour and 17 minutes, so there's some extra time there, and they pace things super well, honestly, but I don't know. It doesn't work the same here.